you'll see the ICIWorld mobile apps, which is free to use. Go to the App Store or the Play Store. It's one of the largest real estate apps in the world. And we specialize in exclusive information, as well as advertising regular real estate board listings. And we're showing you some of the deals that have been done. All of these have been done uniquely on ICIWorld. So in one sense, we're an independent society of real estate brokers and salespeople. Someday we'd love to be affiliated with Realtor.com and the Canadian Real Estate Association somehow. I'll leave that up to the leaders of the industry to figure stuff like that out. In the meantime, we're just here inventing services that help make the industry money. And you'll see all kinds of sales that have been going on with the tools that we're providing for real estate people and salespeople. We started up from the ground up. That way we could learn what works and what doesn't work, and what's compatible with different services to make sure that everything here was compatible and designed to fit within the guidelines of companies and how they operate within licensing real estate bodies, whether it's in United States or Canada. In the case of Ontario, it's called RECO, Real Estate Council of Ontario. And also to follow the guidelines of ethics and standards of working in the industry. And we follow all of that. That's why we only allow licensed real estate brokers and salespeople to join. The good news is for the public, we're collecting all this exclusive information for their benefit, which provides more choice for them. And secondly, it also protects them, because by dealing with a licensed real estate broker or salespeople, they are experienced in qualifying all the tire kickers and curiosity seekers and time wasters and fraud artists and thieves in the industry. They actually protect the public from a lot of the problems, all the problems that are in the industry. They're very well trained. The courses are taking up to a year longer than what they ever used to be, because there's so much involved in real estate, learning all the intricacies, and there's hundreds of things that you have to know in order. There's just one thing can go wrong in a transaction, and it can cost people a lot of money. And licensed real estate brokers and salespeople are trained to make sure that those things don't go wrong in your transaction. So in one sense, they're protecting you in the largest single sale of your life, and it's good to deal with a licensed real estate brokers and salespeople, besides having the knowledge of what's going on in the business. They're there to make things convenient, to show properties when you can't, handle hundreds of phone calls when you can't, to research all kinds of things when you can't, that kind of thing. And today's seminar is going to cover the tools for licensed real estate brokers and salespeople, information tools that help trigger leads and provide more services to the public, such things as a website as well. But most brokers have websites already, and we're going to show all brokers in the world how you can add the listings from ICIWorld to your website. And that's further penetration of the marketplace. And we actually started on ICIWorld in 1994, developing tools, and we've gone through, I guess you could say, the School of Hard Knocks, learning how to make things work and how things don't work for some people. And it's still going on to this day, where some people use an information service and then they don't use the tools, or they don't keep their information up to date, for instance, less than 90 days old, or they haven't learned how to search just the listings that are less than 90 days old, so that you can search the latest ones. And you don't have to look at the older ones if you don't want to, but we've got other brokers that want those older listings. They want them. They want them to find out how much those properties may be sold for. They want them to make a connection with that broker to see if that property is coming back for sale again someday. They want them for the connection with the owners in that area. There might be other properties for sale, coming for sale in that area, and that other broker who had that property from years ago knows the people in that area. So all the connection, every single connection on ICIWorld can be valuable for people on ICIWorld. And when you have 40,000 connections, there literally is connections for basically all buyers and sellers in the industry through ICIWorld. And it's demonstrated it because what has happened is that brokers are making tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in fact, last year on the Toronto Real Estate Board, the largest sale was $28 million. And ICIWorld's had 2 deals now over $50 million in addition to all the other deals, actually outselling the Toronto Real Estate Board for the highest price sale. Now, the good news about that is they were also members of the Toronto Real Estate Board who sold them. And so you can see how this service can kind of fit nicely into the scheme of things as another tool for brokers. We simply suggest that brokers include it in their marketing plans for the next year. Okay, let's get started here. And what you're going to see that on any of our websites, when you go there, and if you click on search, we're here for 1 second, I can click on search. And within 1 second, you have the choices on the screen, including the FSBO, the for sale by owner, which we'll come to in a moment. But if I was to click on business opportunities just for fun, this works for residential and for commercial real estate people. You'll see that I can change that to a want. And then if I go down to the bottom and search, you'll see over 100 buyers of everything from hotels, motels, gas stations, just convenience stores, pharmacies. And I mean, you could be a residential agent and be going into a pharmacy today. Could you ask the owner, you know, let them know you're in real estate and say, listen, if I could get you a buyer for your pharmacy, would you consider selling? Well, guess what? There's a buyer right here for it. Look at that. Wanted pharmacy. It's beautiful. Now, let's say it was a Popeyes franchise down here. You could ask the owner, you know, if I could get you a buyer for your Popeyes franchise, would you consider selling? You've got yourself a built-in buyer. So this is one of the untold stories in the industry where we have so many buyers listed and what they're looking for, and they're all listed here on any of our ICIWorld websites. So I wanted to show you that quickly. The second thing is you can zero in on certain kinds of businesses. So if you wanted to say, look up buyers for restaurants, you could do that and choose the wants, click on wanted, and you'll see buyers for restaurants here, looking for restaurants, Scarborough, Pickering restaurant, etc., etc. And so today, if you were talking to the owner of a restaurant, you could ask them, if I could get you a buyer for your restaurant, would you consider selling? Bingo, you've got yourself some built-in buyers. The same thing is true for, the big thing why a lot of people don't sell commercial real estate because they don't have the connections, but now you do. You can use your license for residential and you can use your license for commercial. You can do it for both. I'm going to search just the buyers. Now, the reason why you're seeing 12, because these were all placed within the last 90 days. These are people who are looking for properties today. And you'll see them on the screen. So theoretically, if you could talk to the owner of a Motel 6, a Quality Inn, a Comfort Inn, whatever kind of hotel is out there, you could ask the owner, you know, if I could get you a buyer for your property, would you consider selling? If he says, sure, bring me in $5 million for my property, I'll sell it today. But usually they say they don't want to give a listing. They don't want to give listings. But they will say, bring me in a buyer and I'll pay you a commission, but I really don't want to give you a listing at this time. We're going to show you how to handle that situation, how you can call up these other brokers and make an appointment and go show that property. And you could be making $80,000 within the week just by asking one free question to the owner of a hotel or a motel. So that's how fast business can actually be done using ICIWorld, which is a specialized service in the real estate business, to do business. And we're going to leave you this website here, if you can all mark that down on a pad of paper, realestatehavesandwants.com. It's another one of our tools on the internet It's the same search whether you search here or any website, but this one has it organized a little nicely where you can click on Learn to Learn. I'm going to click on that. This is for all realtors worldwide. And you just listen to these 4 webinars. Here's some of the latest recordings coming in for real estate boards, real estate associations, and also our educational YouTube channel. And then you're going to learn about our tools. And here's some of the tools coming up. Most brokers already have a mobile website. If you don't, we've got them for as little as $16.50. But one of the best tools in the whole industry worldwide for all brokers is these widgets. This is for all real estate brokers and salespeople and for all websites in the world. There's 32 website companies in the Greater Toronto area. We work with them all supplying these widgets for their website. And I think I'll maybe give you a quick rundown of what that looks like so that you can see how it works. You can listen to this video on your own time. You just click on the video and you can play it. But I'm going to go down here and give you some example of some of these websites that you see here. I'll just click on one of them here. And you'll see that a nice looking website comes up on the screen. And you'll see that they have visitor tools here, home, contacts, about, visitor tools, etc. And these websites has the exclusive real estate that other websites don't have. That's because we supply all of these links for you. And you can click on one of these links, for instance, and up comes the page of information of the haves and wants in real estate. I'm going to show another one here. Oopsie daisy. Go back to the widgets. Go down and let's pick on another one. Let's choose this one here for fun. Oopsie daisy. That gentleman, there's something wrong with his website. I wonder, I think his website is secure. No, I guess it's not. There's problems, and this is a good example how some people are having issues in the business. This website says its connection is not private. This website should be made secure. Every broker should have a secure website. If you don't, there's many reasons why you don't. That's because the internet is changing to make things more and more secure. And in this case, his website is not secure. And let's go to another website. And that's why you should be checking your websites on a regular basis to see if they're working. Here's another nice website. Come down here, and you'll see how he's got the listings all listed here, World Commercial Exclusives. And every broker has the MLS, but not every broker has the exclusive listings on their website. And so you could be in residential real estate, but sometimes you get people who want to buy a little apartment building. You send them to your website, you tell them to click on Ontario Exclusives, and then they can click on apartment buildings. And when that happens, look at that. You will have 318 apartment buildings from $90 million on down on your website. But it gets even better. What gets better about it? If you look at these numbers, people cannot click on them. So if people are interested in this one here, they cannot click on it. So if this is your website, anyone listening to this video, recording, education for real estate brokers and salespeople about the tools of the internet, these are hundreds of other brokers who are sharing their opportunities on your website. They've agreed to allow these listings to be on your website. And there's something special about it. Because I could not click on it, that means if this is your website, this is your picture, this is your phone number, the person who tried to click on that number, they have to call you for more information. People, there is no other area in the world or other service that I know of that has this in the world today. Very, very specialized. Designed over years to design it for real estate brokers and salespeople. Now, Somebody can call you someday on one of these and say, I'm interested in message number 367703. Now, maybe you don't want to sell that. You don't have to. You should be like a general practitioner doctor. If there's a heart problem of a patient, he refers you to a heart doctor. You can refer the inquiry you get on this property to the broker who's got this property. The same for all of these. So if you get a call on any one of these, you should be referring the person who inquires about these pre-construction retail and pre-construction. We got condos, everything here. You look up the broker who's got that message, and we show you how to do that when you become a member. And you call the other broker and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? In this case, this could easily be a $100,000 commission right here. Split $50,000 to the listing broker, $50,000 to the selling broker. You would make 25% of the $50,000, which is $12,500 by doing a referral to this broker. So all the professionals in this business, when you join our service, you should expect incoming referrals. And that's because when you have the listing on a property and put it on here, other brokers get leads from their website, and a lot of people, for one reason or another, may choose not to work on that, and they'll do referrals to you. So you'll get incoming referrals. The referrals are averaging 5 minutes to do. We've got one broker who's now done 15 of those. Actually made $45,000 for basically 75 minutes of work, 15 referrals at 5 minutes each. So that's what can be done by having these listings on your website. What are the other listings that you can have on your website? World Commercial Exclusive brings up a special form that people can search. And people can search anything in the world. And they might come back here and maybe search every couple days on your website just to see all these new listings coming in. And all these listings are less than 90 days old. And if people want to search them one at a time, fine. Or they can change and search them by price. And there's the same listings, less than 90 days old, all sorted by price. The same 925. There they are, sorted by price. And you've got these ones coming soon. This is not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. These are the ones. These are not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. So you have all these different kinds of properties that are coming on here. And we're going to be teaching today how to work what we call exclusive information, information that is not on the Toronto Real Estate Board, but are opportunities to sell properties, but maybe for one reason or another, you cannot get a listing from the owner. They could be FSBOs. They could be owners who don't want their properties published that they're for sale. So you can do it confidentially on ICIWorld. And you can have them on your website. So yes, it's quite wonderful when you think about it. Let's go back here. Let's see if I can do the back button here. Okay, actually I'm going to close that. And so that gives you an idea. Let's go down here. This is another one. There's another nice website. If you come up here, you'll notice he's got one called Exclusive Residential and Exclusive Commercial. If I click on Exclusive Residential, up comes the properties, and people can choose what they want. I'm just going to sort them by price just for fun. And you'll see there's property coming up from $45 million on down. These are residential properties. And if somebody's interested in one of these in Caledon, you'll see that the information comes up. Now, the information came up because I got a hunch that CoolDip hasn't renewed his membership, and it might have just expired. So if it expired, then people can click on these message numbers. So we allow you to continue to have these exclusive listings on your website, even if your membership has expired. Absolutely no charge. and people can click on these listings. The only difference is if somebody clicks on one of them, they can get the other broker. And in a sense, it's similar to MLS because you can see the addresses on MLS, and people can go direct and see the address of the property. And here you can see the name of the other broker who's got these listings. But once the membership is reinstated, then people cannot click on these message numbers, and they have to call you. So this provides extra exposure, of course, for all the members that are paying on the service, because now you've got your listing. If you have your listing on ICIWorld, it's actually being advertised on ColdUp site and hundreds of other brokers, whether they're members or expired. You can expect either to get an incoming referral or somebody calling you directly. So it's tremendous exposure in the marketplace on a daily basis that people are visiting. We have 2,000 other brokers' websites that have our listings. Some of them have expired, but the majority of them keep renewing their membership with ICIWorld. And that's how that works for having listings on your website. And you can read all about that if you go to the realestatehavesandwants.com. Now, we've got another tool, and today we're doing a special session for Century 21. And we're going to show you something that we're recommending that everyone on Century 21 have. And I'm going to go to Tools, and I'm going to jump right to it down the page. There's other things that everyone can read about, our Retired Brokers Program, Referral Brokers Program. But I'm going to go down here further, and it's an idea whose time has come. You'll see this on the screen. And this is how members of different organizations, and this is just invented July the 4th, and we call it segmentation. Segmentation is going to work, and I'll show you a little picture here. By the way, you can also subscribe to receive listings from our new email list services, and you can click on it here, and you can receive the listings daily from ICIWorld.global. If you mark that down, you can receive the listings once a day. The two things I suggest you do is make sure you choose the MIME Digest. The MIME Digest will give you one email a day with the new listings in it. Let's go down here further. That's where you can subscribe right there. And there's our international newspaper. You can subscribe to that. By the way, I should show you how to do that right now before showing the segmentation. And I'm going to click on it. And the reason I wanted to show you is if you subscribe to this, you'll get this every Saturday morning. This is our world newspaper. Now, what I wanted to show you was that you can send an article to your social media. In other words, okay, that's in San Francisco, shopping, private island, hang on. Let's find something, virtual pendant, can it stay that way? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and click on this one, and you'll see that there's a little Twitter button and there's a Facebook. So theoretically, I can click on the Facebook. It's going to open up my Facebook account here, and I can actually send this article. And I'm just going to say, thought you might be interested. Thought you might be interested. And then I can actually send this article and post it to Facebook. Bingo. I'm doing it. It's taking effect here. I'm looking for a confirmation. And that article should go right onto my Facebook page. Okay? So you can send, oops, it's gone. Okay, so it's actually gone to my Facebook. So you can see that there's articles here. You can actually do sending some of these articles through Twitter. And if you click on the arrow, you've got these other ones you can send them to, like LinkedIn and email and to Buffer, and of course Twitter there too as well. Okay, so you can choose articles. There should always be articles of interest that will come to you every Saturday morning. Now, where can you find all of this? Well, we'll close that, we'll go back and you'll see it's under Tools at this website up here called realestatehavesandwants.com, designed for brokers to serve the world and each other. Come down a little further, and I suggest you connect with us, and you click on Facebook. And this is our Facebook page, which we would love to have you connect in with us. And we publish articles from time to time. You'll see them coming up here in a moment. And there's seeing our latest news, real estate content. And you can read about all of these things. They're just tools that we constantly make. And we remind you to connect with all the new brokers placing all their listings, haves, and wants on ICIWorld, because every one is an opportunity for each and every one of you to make money. And the Twitter account as well, just to give you an idea, come up here and you can click on Twitter and you'll see articles come up. We posted that same article on more than one site. And of course on LinkedIn as well, everyone should get that. Make sure you connect in with us. We'd love to have a relationship with everyone in the business, and we'd like to invite you to come here. You can listen to, we have various videos that teach many different things in the industry. Okay, I'm going to close that. And YouTube channel, I'll show that quickly. We have many videos, and every single one of these is designed to help you make $100,000 and more. And the reason I say that, because we've got so many brokers that are earning that kind of money. Now, there's some brokers, of course, that haven't made any money, and that's not, of course, I don't like that. What I do like is for everyone to understand that we have a special pledge, and some of these brokers, for some reason, well, they get busy and things take up their time. That's okay. But we have a special pledge that everyone should be connecting to do deals every 90 days, or at the very least, triggering leads that you feel will lead to doing business, and you give us a chance to work with you. And in every case, we have found that there's been an issue. Either the links were not installed on the website at all, or maybe they were installed and they weren't done correctly, or maybe the person's website's not even working, or maybe they haven't even promoted their website. All of those things we can work with you one-on-one to make sure that you're taking advantage of the internet. But we get into this segmentation down here, and this represents different companies in the industry. And you can see how we can take these are all members of ICIWorld, and how we can split the listings out. And one of the segment ways that we do it is by company. And you're going to see here that we've got a special one for companies. This goes for every company in the business, for company websites. We have a special link, in other words, and I'm going to go right down here, and I'm going to start with Century 21. We've made a special button. This is a special link that all Century 21 companies in the business can now add this link onto the website and call it exclusive. This will be the exclusives for Century 21 members worldwide who are members of ICIWorld. And when you click on it, you get the very similar widget that you've seen before. And I'm going to expand it to any age here for the age of the listing. And I'm going to sort them all by price just for fun. And I'm going to search the database. These are all Century 21 listings, every single one of them. And these can be sorted by a lot of different ways for residential, commercial, land, shopping centers, businesses. You can do it for all of that. So what you have are all these Century, and I'll start with the first one. There's one, and you'll notice it's Century 21 right there. Look at that. That's a Century 21 realtor in Markham. And I'll go down to this one here and click on that one, Century 21. And let's go down to another one, have Toronto Medical Building. Okay, Brooke Tertubi. She's another Century 21, this time in Thornhill. So in other words, we think that Century 21, if you could get your brokers and salespeople, or your broker and manager, broker of record, to put this link that we supply and put this link on your main website, it's going to trigger extra traffic for all of your listings. And that's wonderful, because that'll mean more business for each and every one of you that are listening in here today, And we can do this for various companies in the business, but today I'm just demonstrating Century 21. In our next seminar, we'll do another one. Click on this one here, and you can see they're all different brokers that are coming up here. And this is a good example of a property that is not on the real estate board. What happens here is that you'll see it's a regular client. In other words, under control here, it says regular client. So this is not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. You'll notice the date on it. It was placed July 29th. So it's a recent listing. Wait a minute. That's July 29th, 2019. Pardon me. I expanded the age to any age to have more. Let me go back and show you where I did that. Let's go back here. And you'll see that I changed this have want age to any age. That's very important in the commercial field. If there's a listing that a person can't find for a certain client, but they search back further, and let's say they found one that was 5 years ago here, well, it's possible to call that broker up and ask them, you know, is that property sold or is it still for sale? What's happening with it? And if it's sold, it can be helpful to find out how much it's sold for. But then you could ask that other broker, do you think it could come back for sale again? Because I got somebody looking for almost exactly that kind of property. And bingo, you might never know, it could be coming back for sale. The other thing these older listings provide are networking and prospecting. Because that other broker deals in that kind of property, is it possible that that broker knows about other properties that are not on the service? You bet. Is it possible that other broker gets another property 3 weeks from now, and if you have a good business relationship with them, they call you back to do deals? So you can see how business can be generated here. But I'm going to leave it on 3 months. This is important. We've had some brokers that did not make money. Part of the reason is, when I search now, these listings are all less than 90 days old. So if I was to click on this one here, and you'll see regular client here. Again, this is not on the Toronto Real Estate Board, but it's available for $990,000, and it's not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. So we're going to show you how to work this kind of information in the business. This was placed July the 24th, 2020. So you can see that you can choose how far back you wish to search. And if you want, you can only search 1 month back if you wanted to, just to see for the last 30 days, these have been placed for the last 30 days, such as you see here. Okay. All right. Let's move out of here. Hang on. And so that's what that listing can do for you. Having that button go onto your company homepage, we're going to suggest you talk to your broker of record, say, we've got a special button that can go on the main company homepage of your Century 21 homepage, and it can bring up all the listings of the brokers at Century 21. So all of these represent the brokers at Century 21. Every single one of these. I don't care if I click on the one near Peterborough, this is going to be Century 21. Okay, so it's great exposure in the marketplace. I'm excited about this particular link because it was just made July of this year. It's invented. We're basically working a lot on inventing tools for the real estate industry. That's why we call it tools up here for the real estate industry. But it's up to the leaders in the industry to pick up on these tools because we've just got our heads to the grindstone of doing this thing. It really needs more marketing to go on out there, and that's to each and every member. We have a special marketing plan for members. If you get other people to join the service, we'll actually reduce your membership from $319 to $240 per year. And for the first one, and then if you get more people to join, 3 or 4 more, we add 3 months onto your membership for each one. So if you got 4 more people to join, then we add another year onto your membership. So you can see how you can be having, basically, it becomes a free membership because we have something else that we also do for members called a VIP card. I don't know if I have it right here. Let me just make a note. See if I've got it here. Global Executive Membership. Renew, join. Membership has its benefits. And there's a list of all the benefits. Yeah, there it is, VIP corporate card. You'll also get one of these cards, which gives you discounts on 250 to 300 vendors in the Greater Toronto area, so that you can get discounts for buying a Lenovo laptop computer. One broker saved $200, another broker saved $220 renting a car in San Francisco. But there's lots of discounts from all kinds of vendors. Panasonic, all kinds of companies have many special end-of-year products that go on here that are not advertised in other places with discounts, and you'll get those discounts. And if you use the card throughout the year, you can actually save more than what the price of membership is, making the membership basically free. And that's what we love on the internet. Because we started on the internet, we embraced the internet and all that it is, try to do everything for free. But we do have to make a living, so that's where we charge the $3.19 to join to get started. But there is a special to join at the end of this video, which we will show you. And I wonder if I have it here. If I click on membership, okay, while I'm here, I think I might just do it. It says here, join membership. There's the invoice for Canada, invoice for USA. I'm going to click on this join. Now, yes, I do have the special on today. Join, the one-time special per member, special to start. See the surprise special. Here we go. I'm going to click on it and just see if it comes up here. Yes, it's coming up. There it is, people. It's one of our websites called NREILS.com, which stands for National Real Estate Information Listing Service. ICIWorld powers over 20 major world websites. All the same 4 choices are available on all websites, searching for commercial, residential, business opportunities, and FSBOs. In fact, talking about FSBOs, let's go up and we can search this site for FSBOs as well. Any of our websites, you can actually search the FSBOs. And let me see if I can come down here and slide over and click on database to FSBOs. So we allow the public to post information absolutely free, and these listings are coming in from the public. Maybe I can make it a little bit bigger there for you. And you'll see that these are the FSBOs coming in from the public, and you can deal with them. Because we have like 1,000 brokers here, we're suggesting you don't try to go get a listing from everyone, but this home for sale in Etobicoke, if you have a buyer for that, then you give them a call. Okay, coming for sale, this one in Woodbridge, it's not on the real estate board, and you can deal with that, but you should really kind of have a buyer ready to kind of show that house, because keep in mind, only the broker members of ICIWorld have access to this particular information. Okay, I'm going to close that, and we're going to go back to the haves and wants. And I'm just going to cover one more thing. I'm not sure that the broker of record saw this, and I'm going to show this right now. I'm going to go to Tools, and I'm going to come down here to Tools to Segmentation, just to review it one more time. This is a special button that we have made for Century 21 for all broker Century 21 offices. It's under segmentation for real estate and large companies. And I'm going to show the, I'm just going to go right to the link. There it is there. This is for, there it is down there, Century 21. And so these listings here, when I click on Century 21 exclusive with MLS, I didn't explain that. I think I'll do that now. And I'm going to go ahead and choose any place in the world, and I'm going to sort them by price just for fun. These are Century 21 listings. Every single one of them are Century 21 listings. If I was to click on the first one, you'll see Century 21. And these are all current. These are all less than 90 days old. And if I clicked on another one of these, I don't know, excellent opportunity for their, click on that one. There's another one. You'll see control, regular client. This is a tremendous way to generate new business for offices. This is not available on real estate boards, so you can't make a connection for this on a real estate board, but you can make a connection for it on ICIWorld. ICIWorld has 40,000 listings. 75% of them are exclusive, not on real estate boards. It's unique information in the marketplace that can trigger a lead, just like real estate boards trigger leads. We trigger leads. Read the testimonials when you have a chance. I actually played them at the beginning of this seminar. So when you listen to this recording at another time, you can see all the testimonials at the beginning. These are all Century 21 agents. And this link that we have, let me see if I can do it. There it is there. You'll see it's at ICIWorld.com/search. It's a search app for Century 21. There it is there. This link can be put on a company homepage. And that way, when a member of ICI World who is a Century 21 member, it will actually show their listings here right away. Click on this one in Milton. Look at that, Century 21. Now this one happens to be MLS. So we have two links. We have one that shows MLS listings. And if I go to the next one, that's a want. That's great. That's not any place. That's just on ICI World. We have such a list of wants that you have here. If I click on this one here, oh, this one happens to be MLS as well. Let's go down further and see another one, commercial retail price. And this one happens to be Control. She's a partner in that business. A lot of our members are partners in different businesses. And come down here, there's a residential property. You look for Control and you'll see this is a regular client, not on MLS. So to the brokers of records and owners of companies, we have two links for you. And you can choose either one. You can choose the exclusive link with MLS, or you can choose strictly exclusives. If I click on strictly exclusives, generally speaking, we only show the last 3 months listings. If people want to go back further, they can, because it's still connections. And there they are. If I clicked on the first one, you can see the date. This was just put in July 24th. But if I clicked on the last one, it was done long time ago. So these are opportunities that can be searched and sorted. You can choose business areas. You can choose Greater Toronto or Ontario, Greater Toronto. And if you want to search just properties in Brampton, you can do that as well. And I'll go down and search. And you'll see some properties in Brampton coming up. So that's how that works. Okay, let's move on. If there's any questions, you can type them in the little chat window on the left. But all of this information can be found at this special website. Everyone should mark it down, called realestatehavesandwants.com. I'll give you a moment to write that down. realestatehavesandwants.com. And you can search for members here as well. And search real estate right there. Always there's 4 choices. Remember that. Commercial, business, residential, and the for sale by owners. You can search them all right here. Okay, let's continue on. And that all started from our first slide, which are the tools that we built for the industry for everyone to connect with everyone. You know, you can put properties on Facebook and see them one home at a time, and it looks very nice. But this is a place for the whole world to consolidate their listings in one spot, making it easier because of the indexing that we have. You can search by price, search by area, search by property type, search by keyword. You can do all of that. All of these websites here allow you to do that. With 4 billion people, there's over 4 billion people on the internet, the service that is providing this particular webinar today is a society of real estate brokers and salespeople. We only allow licensed real estate brokers and salespeople to join, and we're networking exclusive real estate, also marketing and advertise listings, and we do it on mobile devices, computers, and essentially it's like an electronic equivalent of classified ads in a newspaper. Really, that's all it really is if you were to boil it down and be simple about it. And the normal price to join is the $40 a month or $319 a year, but it's absolutely free to use in the meantime. You can search and make connections to do deals. That's why every single person in the world should have the app, the ICI World app on their phone. You can check what new buyers are looking for, call up the other broker, go show the property. We've had a lot of people make money without joining ICI World. However, if you have a buyer or a seller and you're not putting it on ICIWorld what they're looking to buy or what they're looking to sell, we call you a secret agent. You're keeping it to yourself. And secret agents do not make as much money as the agents who can post their haves and wants, make an immediate connection and go show the property. In some cases, with 2 hours work, people have made $50,000 here. But you've got to get your information activated. If you join ICIWorld, we get you one of these VIP cards, which will help reduce the cost of your membership. But people should be making money. People that are making $100,000 on ICIWorld and they join for $319. Can you please tell me what is the ROI, the return on investment for that? It's quite nice. Okay, let's go talk about the 4 ways that you can do deals here. With the corporate card, the referral program, doing referrals off your leads, and of course selling real estate. And to add and modify and delete listings, we recommend everyone have a minimum of 15 ads on ICIWorld. I'll only show you that one quick second here. We're going to open up a website and go to ICIWorld. The only 2 things you do when you from time to time is you're going to search from time to time. You click on search and search any one of these. If I clicked on commercial, you'll see the same form. You click on search and bingo, up comes the latest listings. And the only other thing you do on ICIWorld once you're a member, you click on the member login, you click on the add have want on the left, and this is where you add a property. So if you're in Brampton and you have a home for sale, and you can say it's, you could even say it's coming for sale. Coming for sale. And Brampton, home. And you can say approximately, and you could say $3 million. And that's it. You don't have to say much more than that. Ontario, Greater Toronto, Brampton. And you're going to choose residential estates. And just the home. And Brampton. And $3 million. Okay. And then in the price comment, you could say price coming for sale, price approximate. And then what we usually do is we just copy all of that. Come down here, paste it in the comments area. And down here, we would actually add a link to the city of Brampton. And what this does, it helps to sell Brampton to the world. And we would go over what that link is and change this to all about Brampton. This helps to market Brampton to the world because we get people coming in from 138 countries. Click on add link. Come down to the bottom. And in this case, we like choosing regular client. So if you're directly in touch with that particular buyer, we suggest you choose regular client, not MLS. But you'll notice that when you join ICIWorld, you are no longer restricted to making money with just MLS anymore. You've got all the other opportunities in the world now to make money, way more than just on MLS. MLS requires a signed listing to put it on. ICIWorld does not. But we do require you to follow the guidelines of RICO, which we're going to cover here in a moment. You submit the information, and when you do, what does it look like? Well, I'm going to click on Latest World Residential on the left, and let's see if we can see one that is coming for sale. Hang on. See if we've got one coming. There's one coming for sale right there. And if I click on it, you'll see that it's coming for sale. It's a regular client, and we're going to show you how to handle that phone call if you have a property coming for sale. We'll show you how to handle that here in a moment. That's it. That's how you post your information on ICIWorld. These are the latest listings that are coming in. That's the commercial ones. These are for the USA. And these are for residential. The ones coming for sale, residential properties. Okay? All right. Let's go back here. And you'll see some of our other tools up here, the World Real Estate Information, National Real Estate Information Listing Service. These are other websites We have about 20 of them. They're all designed to make you money, every one of them. If somebody sees when you join ICIWorld, because ICIWorld powers all these other websites, people can see your information on any of these other websites and end up calling you. But you've got to keep your information less than 90 days old in order to get seen by people on these other websites. Okay, let's move on. Okay, and so we showed you how to add listings and search from time to time. Never let your listings go longer than 90 days old or people cannot see it. Okay, training and support is done one-on-one. You simply make an appointment on any of our major websites. If I was to click on realestatehavesandwants.com, you'll notice that there's make an appointment right up here at the top right-hand corner. Okay, that's one way to make an appointment. Another way to make an appointment is at our other website, which is ICIWorld.com. You just click on make an appointment, click on that. We cannot have 1,000 brokers calling in at one time, but we can easily handle appointments. And somehow you just click on a day and you can pick your time available. We start at 6 a.m. daily and we go to 5 o'clock daily. So you can see half of the appointments are already gone for tomorrow. Okay, that's how that works. Let's come back. And you get one-on-one training and assistance and support when we do that. Okay, let's move on. Now, this seminar, Mastering the Powers of the Internet, is working as effectively today as it was even 10 years ago. People are making connections and doing deals, and it's wonderful. And that's what I love hearing. So when you do your first deal from ICIWorld, we really love to hear about them. There's some information on myself. As a matter of fact, I might even make the camera come on here. Let's see if I can do that and make the camera available. I've just turned the camera on. There we are, people. I'm waving to you now. And during the COVID-19 crisis that we've been going through, we've been getting super, super busy. So busy, unbelievable. And that's because we were already on the internet doing things and recording things. And what we're finding with the webinars now, by the way, is that a lot of people cannot attend a webinar at a certain time. They're very, very busy. Our members, one member, he had one property, had 32 showings last month with 10 offers. That's how busy it is out here right now. People are very, very busy. There's been a big pent-up demand to get out there and see properties, and there's people that still need to sell properties for various reasons. But there's some information on myself, and you can see that this service was built from a broker's point of view, how to reduce costs in an office, how to increase leads, how to do more business using the powers of the internet. How do I use the internet effectively and generate deals? Well, the majority of you are already generating leads in various fashions. This is another major tool that can generate leads for everybody, and they're unique tools that are not available other places. And I'm talking about the widgets, for instance, for your own website, and also the ability to work exclusive information that's not on real estate boards. And we're going to cover that. That's a major part of our session coming up shortly. The reason I mention all these other tools down here, like the Facebook and the social media, you can send some of the articles that we send to you with our international newspaper. You can forward them to your social media. You need to trigger more leads for your website, because if you can get people coming to your website, and from a broker's point of view, if people can see listings on your website, bingo, they can call you, particularly if they can't call the other broker. If they can call the other broker, then that means they can call the other broker and go show the property with them. But if they have to call you for more information, that triggers leads for you, gives you an opportunity to either get the information and show it yourself or do a referral. Referrals are big time through ICIWorld, because from a broker's point of view, it's the listings that trigger the leads. And if you can be the one that gets the calls off all these thousands of listings that are on your website, that is wonderful for you. And that's what we are building for you to make more money. The beautiful win-win situation is for the public, because the public might never otherwise have spotted that property before, but they saw it on your website. And then when you do a referral, you're doing a referral to the original agent. And if it's a commercial property and you're residential, it's good to do a referral to them because they're the commercial people specialists who can really look after those people. And you can make a 25% referral fee for doing that. So all of these things down here are designed to trigger more traffic to your website. Now, the CIPS designation and our CCIM designation, we're recommending that you consider getting your CIPS designation and definitely also consider taking some of the CCIM courses, no matter what. The CI 101 program will help you analyze investment real estate and get you right into investment real estate right off the bat. And it'll be able to help you do investment real estate. Let's move on. Mobile internet stats, you'll see some of the stats there. Basically, 52% of the stats today are people using their mobile phones. So we have built the mobile app. ICIWorld is a mobile app. You can go to the App Store, install ICIWorld, and do your searches, make connections, and go do deals. There's no charge until you wish to advertise yourself. And every one of you that's listening should have 15 opportunities on ICIWorld, or I'm telling you now, you're missing opportunities to do deals and you don't even realize it. Why? Because every one of you is going to learn about information in the marketplace. The FSBOs, people in Kijiji that are trying to sell their houses privately. All of this kind of information can be collected by you and put onto ICIWorld. But don't do it until you learn how to do it in a special way coming up here in a few minutes. Let's move on. Membership is open for all licensed real estate people in the world. These are some of the apps that we recommend all people have on their mobile phones. And I use all of these. Every single one that you see here, I use them. And you can learn about them more by just going and investigate them on your own time. Same thing here. Realtor.ca. Make sure you know the app called Realtor.ca. You can do the homes near me, be outside of a house, and if it's on MLS, press the button, and while you're in your car, you can see the price of the home and all the details. There's a website that we supply that does that thing too, the very same thing, Homes Near Me. That's a wonderful website, and you can talk to us about just make an appointment about these websites, and we can show them to you later. We supply 2 levels of websites, and we're happy to show them both. But we support all websites in the world because all websites in the world can trigger you leads. If they're not triggering leads, the first thing you must do is to plug the holes in your website by putting the exclusive listings from ICIWorld so that if somebody sees a listing, they cannot click on the number. Then if you're not getting calls, you know it's because of traffic. It's not because of the listings, because people will call you on the listings. It's because of your traffic. And we have a special program for that. One of them is how to promote your website. It's an hour-and-a-half video that you have to listen to learn how to do that. Top commercial websites. If you're listening to this in the future and you're listening to this video and you want to stop, just pause the page and you can write some of these things down or take a picture of it. And in some cases, you can use the Windows key and a print key, and it'll actually capture what's on your screen, and you'll find it under Photos, captured on your Photos area in your file manager. These are some of the people who are wonderful, who have worked with us over the years to help build the service and still do, and generous with their time and effort to kind of contribute to the industry. And it's just wonderful. And thank you to each and every one of you that's helped the service get as far as it has and continue on. Thank you. Real estate today has the highest return of any investment on the industry because one lead can make you $50,000. We've got brokers in our service doing it. That's how come we know. And it's wonderful. You don't have to buy a lottery ticket. You can do it on ICIWorld in a proper fashion, providing a good service. If you know of something for sale, you can put it on ICIWorld. Executive member testimonials, we showed them all at the beginning of the seminar. A lot of them at the beginning of the seminar. They were all done with exclusive information, not on real estate boards. every single one has exclusive information. Every single one of you has exclusive information, but maybe you don't know how to recognize it, or you haven't done anything with it. Within 90 days of joining, every one of you should have 15 opportunities working for you on ICIWorld. We find that that's the minimum number that starts to put you into a deal on a regular basis. The ones that run 20 to 25 listings, they're working with 2 offers going back and forth. 30 to 40, they're working with 3 to 4 offers going back and forth at any one time. So it seems that the more opportunities you have, the better chance you have of making money. The nice thing about it is they don't have to be a signed listing. If you find out how many people have signed listings in your offices, very few. The ones that have it, wonderful. They're terrific. They're doing a great job if you can get a signed listing. But what about if you don't have any, or you only have 1 or 2 listings? You're out of business almost trying to get listings. Well, with ICIWorld, you can be working information, which is easier to do. You can do it very easily, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So get excited. I'm about to show you how to make a lot of money in real estate here, because look at all the testimonials from all these other companies that are doing it. Now, another thing about FSBOs, some people in the past have given up FSBOs, and I can understand why, because you go up and you try to get a listing and you're getting a no, and the people that have the properties for sale privately just really don't want to give a listing at this time. They want to try to sell it themselves. But I'm going to show you how to work with FSBOs. I think it's one of the most sophisticated ways to work with FSBOs in the marketplace today, and it's so simple. It's 3 separate questions, which I'm going to be showing you in a moment. The nice thing about it is that 9% of people sold without an agent, which means that 91% sold with an agent. In other words, 91% of the FSBOs are being sold by licensed real estate brokers and salespeople, and we're going to show you how to do that. There's some stats on ICIWorld. We help you with 2 databases. There's a public database where the public can post their information free. As a member, you will have full access to that database. And our member database, when you become a member, you can post your name, your company name, your address, your phone numbers, your email address, and your website. You post it all, and we've got it posted all over the internet for you so people can click on the link and go to your website. This is a lead generator for your website as well as triggering leads for your listings. You can do commercial and residential. You can do both. Some people think of us as strictly commercial, but we do both. We learned how to separate them. So there's a big power when you have a network. The power is in the network. We're not suggesting that this be the only service you belong to. You can belong to more than one service. Your MLS is a powerful network, one of the best in the world. Everyone should have MLS. It's the best way of marketing in the world, as long as you can get a signed listing. But what happens if you can't get a signed listing, or if they don't want to put it on MLS? There's about 10 reasons why not. I'm not going to cover those today. I'll put it into a blog shortly. I think I'll do that for everyone, and then I'll refer people to the blog. But you can work exclusive type information. We also send out by email daily to 20,000 subscribers who receive the emails of our listings every day. One developer, for instance, I asked him, he told me he did 3 deals, and I says, oh, when did you visit the website last? And he says, I don't. I said, what? You don't visit the website? I didn't understand that. He said, no. He says, I get the emails daily. If I like something, I give the broker a call, hop in the car, and go see it. That's how he buys his property. And we've got over 1,500 brokers displaying the have and want information. So this is tremendous penetration of the marketplace through this network. Is that the only network? No. We have another website, for instance, that we market called Point 2, and that's got an extensive network. So it's good to put it on that network. It's good to put it on this network. It's good to put it on MLS. It's good to put it on these various networks that specialize in marketing properties. And we reach people in 138 countries. And yes, we've got properties that brokers could not sell here in Canada that sold to people from overseas. And we've got a number of examples of that. If you want examples, I can talk about that at another time. Give us a call or make an appointment, we prefer. Okay, and we do extensive advertising in the marketplace, and we do seminars at real estate boards, at real estate associations, and for real estate companies. We have one of the busiest booths at Realtor Quest. We make a statement that you can have a $30,000 website, and it's not as powerful as the one that we supply for $16.50. And it's free for 1 month. So when you join, you can actually have a website that's free for 30 days. After that, it can be as low as $16.50 per month. And it's powerful. It's a major network. One of our members had 32 people respond on one ad, and they got 10 offers for a combination of MLS and the websites, both. And we're also on the front page of all these various trade publications, which has a readership, we understand from talking to these people, the marketing people from all these magazines, of over 300,000 from more. This is more than one trade publication. I think we got 4 or 5 publications that we're on. And we're also throughout the internet on many various ways. But today's session is a special one for people that wish to learn how to work exclusive information that generates leads just like real estate board listings do. You have a chance to trigger leads with information, not just listings on a real estate board. Anyone listening to this, up until now you are restricted to making money with just a real estate board. Now you can make money on information, not just a signed listing on a real estate board. Let's talk about it. And there is a way to control it, and we're going to follow the RICO guidelines we're going to show you. You actually put agreements in place first before showing or divulging information on a property. It works for residential and commercial, and it certainly beats the heck out of newspaper classified ads. And here's how we're going to do it. And in one case, it really relates to a book that Bill Gates wrote called Business at the Speed of Thought. If you can take something out of your head, a thought. Now, coming for sale, if you have a property coming for sale, that's just a thought. You can make money with that thought. If somebody else says, you know, I want to try to sell the property myself privately, but you bring me in, you know, $1 million for my property and I'll pay you a commission, that is a thought. You don't have a signed listing. So all of these opportunities that are thoughts in the marketplace, I want to buy a property, you know, from 600 to 800,000 in a certain area, that is a thought. You take all these thoughts out of your head, you can put them onto ICIWorld. And then somebody sees that thought and bingo, they can call you. It's wonderful. It's business at the speed of thought. That's exactly what we've done on ICIWorld. It's still being discovered. It's being overlooked by so many people. Everybody's so busy doing things. It could be that some of our seminars are a little bit long. Okay, we'll take that as a constructive criticism. But I can't seem to compile it in anything less, especially when there's so much money that's being made by everyone. We want to explain it properly. The first words of Bill Gates to Warren Buffett, he says, the cost to publish your information, getting your message in front of someone, talking with people around the world is zero, or so close to zero that it doesn't make any difference. And we've done that here. So you've got worldwide advertising, basically free when you add it all up. Opportunities for FSBOs to market them, open listings, non-MLS listings. Builder says, bring me in some buyers, I'll build them a house. Builders want to buy land. Builders want to sell land. Expired listings, coming for sale. And people like a restaurant owner, he doesn't want his restaurant all over the internet for sale. They want to do it quietly. Lots of businesses are that way. Could be bad for business. So if anyone ever says to you, I want to sell my property, but I do not want to give you a listing at this time, you should get it onto ICIWorld. You should think of ICIWorld because you can work your information on ICIWorld. And how do you do it? If you bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a commission. How do you do it? Well, you ask them these 3 questions. And if you've got your phone handy right now, you should get your phone out and take a picture. Take a picture of these 3 questions. These 3 questions can help you make money the rest of your life. Will you pay me a commission if I bring you a buyer? Will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? And may I advertise your property? I'm going to do it without disclosing the address. And the reason you don't want to disclose the address, if you do not have a signed listing, this is one reason. Your licensing body, in the case of Ontario, it's called the Real Estate Council of Ontario, but we have them in all the states and all the provinces, similar. A registrant shall not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to identify, is the keyword, specific real estate unless the owner of real estate has consented in writing. You're not allowed really to give an address of a property unless you've got the property in writing from the owner consenting to it. But if you don't give the address, if you just say $1.2 million home, Brampton, double car garage, ground level family room, overlooking ravine lot, you can say that without a signed listing as long as you do not give the address. Also, it prevents people from going behind your back. If you have a $2 million or say a $5 million Tim Hortons shopping center for sale and you don't have it listed and you tell people where it is, they can go behind your back. So you don't want to do that. You want to disguise where it is. And then when you do that, people are going to call you. And the first thing they're going to ask you is, where is it? And you can make a statement like this that says, in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you like, I'll make an appointment for you to see it on Saturday. You come to my office and I'll make arrangements for you to see it. And then on the Friday, the day before your appointment, you go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property. It's as simple as that. Get used to it. These 48-hour exclusive agreements, if you walk in the front door at Toronto Real Estate Board on Don Mills, to the right-hand side, you'll see exclusive agreements to cooperate. If you go into the AREA forums, when you log into your real estate MLS service, go to the AREA site and they've got exclusive real estate forums. The Korea site's got exclusive real estate forums. Talk to your broker of record. You should have them on you at all times. When you make a $50,000 commission or a $20,000, I don't give you, make $5,000 commission. Once you get the taste of how you can do an exclusive listing, you're going to have tools available to you that you never had before, as of listening to this particular video, as of now. Coming for sale. You can be triggering leads now. When somebody calls you, you tell them, in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first before divulging the address. However, I'll put you on a list, and once I get the agreement signed, I'll call you back, and if you're still looking, you can be one of the first people through the property. How does that sound? And if you were to advertise any one of these properties, this is how to do it. You're not going to give the address. You're not going to tell people exactly which property it is. You're just going to be general and vague. That's it. This is not an MLS. It is an ILS, information listing service, and you can choose as much or as little information as you want. You want to put pictures in your ads, you go ahead and do it. But if you don't have a signed listing, people can go behind your back because they see your pictures. But if it's MLS, you can put pictures on ICIWorld, by all means. More examples. If I said I had an Esso gas station in Lindsay, does that give it away? The answer actually is yes, because there's only one Esso gas station in Lindsay. So you have to disguise it by saying branded gas station 90 minutes to Toronto. Same thing with this one. That could be giving it away, $30 million shopping center. There's only one or two that big. So you might have to say $30 million shopping center, Ontario. That's it. The last one, that's probably okay. Real estate widgets, we've already displayed them to you. How we help you one-on-one to make sure that you're generating leads every 90 days because we have a special pledge. We support all websites in the world, with our special links that go on your website. You do not have to get a website from ICIWorld, but you should definitely get the links to trigger leads. Why consider having more than one website? Well, they're like billboards. You can have more than one website. You can link them together, and if they're all generating leads for you, that's fantastic. And if you're doing 1 deal a month from each website, poof, that's terrific. That could be 4 deals a month from 4 websites. How to promote your website is the biggest thing I think that real estate brokers and salespeople are missing. In other words, if you're not getting leads off your website, you have to analyze first. Is it because of the website, or is it because you have little or no traffic to the website? I'm going to suggest that it's both. In other words, you got to have the links from ICIWorld, which people cannot click on. You know that they can see the addresses of the MLS. You know they can see the other broker that's down at the bottom on the MLS listings. So it's possible if they want to, they can bypass, but not with the ones from ICIWorld, because people cannot click on the listings. And that sort of proves that if you're not getting leads, it's got to be because of the traffic to your website. Because if somebody sees a $1 million home and it's exactly what they want, they're going to call you. Our pledge, as a member of ICIWorld, you should never go longer than 90 days without either doing business, or at the very least without developing a new business relationship with someone that you feel will lead to doing business with someday by using the tools we have, oopsie daisy, that we supply to you. Call us and let us train you how to do it. And a good example of that is when you come on ICIWorld, we're going to show you a list of buyers. You can go right out right away and go call. You know, do you deal with a daycare center? Do you deal with a beauty salon or a pharmacy? You can go in and ask any of those owners, would they consider selling? Well, there's buyers on ICIWorld right now for that stuff. Survey feedback. We would like an email, if you don't mind sending an email to us, to Gary@ICIWorld.com, just Gary @ICIWorld.com. And we'd like to know a little bit of feedback. What did you, normally the questions that we ask are simple, straightforward. Was the one second here. Was the organizer of this meeting, were they knowledgeable? Is this information important for your business? Is it relative to your business? And did you find this webinar valuable for you for the time that you have taken? Can you see how it can help you in the future? If you could do that in an email to us, we'd really appreciate it. Gary, Gary, @ICIWorld.com. Okay, let's move on. So the special that we do have today for people that have stayed with us, you can actually go to a special website that I'm going to give you right now on this next page. Here it is. If you go to NREILS.com, we're actually going to give you a very special 18 months for $240. So make sure you get the 18 months for $240 at NREILS.com. That's it for today. What do you do now? Well, you go to this website and you can join from there. From then, there's 4 things that you do. Number 1 is you join. Number 2 is you're going to print out the orientation PDF file, which contains all the instructions. And number 3, you make an appointment with us that is conducted over the internet. And just as a summary, your networking, you should be searching basically every day or two on your mobile phone for the latest haves and wants coming in from your colleagues at your real estate board of exclusive information, buyers and sellers. You'll get ideas how to do business too. Networking exclusive information is additional income that you don't have now. It's additional income for you and your company. Widgets of listings work all year long. They update themselves absolutely automatically, and you don't have to do a thing. If somebody goes to your website and sees a listing, they have to call you. And you should think in terms of letting your information do the work 24/7. You reach a market of people in 138 countries. All of this stuff works for you on a regular basis. And we'll make sure you get that ICIWorld corporate VIP card working for you too as well. we'll do that in your membership. That's it for today. You all have a great day, and that completes our seminar for today.